like a boss.
Alright, this is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0. So, today we're going to be talking about is how to tell if a guy is using you, okay? And that's a very important thing to understand, because a lot of the times you don't know if somebody is using you until you look back and realize they were using you. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about that and how to tell if somebody is using you from their behavior and also from your own behavior. What things arise in you that says somebody's using you? And there are some clear things that I'm going to show you guys. And this is the thing, is that once you know that somebody's using you, the most important thing is this: knowing that somebody's using you, and then what are you going to do about that? You know, because a lot of the times when you're emotionally invested in someone and you find out they're using you, sometimes you don't even give a fuck. You just want to be with them. So it's all about how willing are you to detach yourself from this. Like, where is your vision? Because sometimes when you want something real badly, you sort of, the scope of your vision is narrowed. You know, you're not really looking at the whole picture. You're not really looking at the hidden cost of being with this person, the hidden cost of being with someone who uses you. And so if you're struggling to make the decision to leave or stay, once you find out that they're using you, it just means that, how can I say this? It just means that you're wrapped up in your own desire. It just means that you have to think bigger. And when I talk about thinking bigger, is that expand your vision from the moment and see how staying with this person will affect you in the future. You know, think in different dimensions. Don't just stay in this moment. That's what happens when you just want something right now. You know what I'm saying? You sort of don't think of the consequences. So let's get started. And if you need one-on-one coaching, just go to mindfulattraction.org/anygamecoaching. Go to the link below. And by the way, I offered a discount, 50% off my coaching discount to only 3 clients, and that's already been used up. So there's not for that offer is done. It was done in like an hour. That was crazy. But if you're ever interested in getting some of those and getting like emails about flash sales, just sign up on my mailing list below. Like, you'll see my mailing list where I offer like a free ebook also. Go check it out, and so you guys can get information when my next sale is going to come up. It's going to be like in a few months. Anyways, let's get started. So, the first sign that you want to look for someone who's manipulating you is this: when somebody's trying to manipulate you, they will always use words to distract you. You know? Now, what kind of words are those? Words that people use to distract you are promises, vague promises, like saying, "Baby, Lee, I will never do that to you, baby." Like, if you notice that you need to hear things from him in order to make you believe in him, that just means that you're not focusing on his actions. You just want words to distract you, because you know that if you focus on his actions, you might see a behavior you don't want to see. See what I'm saying? Sometimes you want to believe the guy because you don't want to lose him, because you invested a lot of time, or because you depend on him. So if the guy's always using sweet words to make you feel better, you know, despite the evidence of, I'll show you, like despite the evidence of him being with a girl, you sort of ignore that and you just focus on the words, then that means you're being used and manipulated. That's the first thing, because we call that a red herring, a smoke screen. And the biggest smoke screen are words, because you can play up people's fantasy. You can talk about, "Baby, but I will always be there for you. You know, me and you will always be together. Remember that time when I promised you we'll always be together? Come on, I will never hurt you." And if you really want to believe the guy, you know what's going to happen? You're going to believe him. That's how it works. So sweet words, people who are using sweet words, feeding you your fantasies, is a sign that you're being manipulated and being used. The other thing is he apologizes a lot. You know, the way to get through you is not through his actions, but through his words. The same stuff. The way he wins you over is through apologizing. Say, "Baby, what are you talking about? I would never do that shit again." You know, that's another thing. Another thing, and this is a big one, a huge one, is that you feel guilty a lot. You feel guilty. He blames you a lot for the mistakes that he does. Like, if you're noticing that you're feeling guilty for where your relationship is, if you're noticing that you're blaming yourself for your bad relationship, sure, there are things that you cause, right? But then there is a feeling of just a natural unhealthiness where he's the one that's messing up, but he is turning it around on you, blaming you. You know, for example, let's say that he promises to hang out with you today, right? And he doesn't hit you up. Then you hit him up the next day. You're like, yo, bitch, what the fuck were you? You say you were gonna hang out with me. He's like, well, I'm sorry. Like, I got busy. And he says, why you overreacting? Why you always get mad? And then you apologize. And then you're the one who's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just thought that we wanted to hang out and stuff like that. And so what begins to happen is that he begins to train you to not confront them. You sort of get trained, you sort of get conditioned to not confront them. And if you do confront them, you feel guilty because he throws it back at you, And so if you notice that you're consistently feeling guilty for shit that is obvious to everyone else but you, for shit that you normally say, like, for example, if you're like, this is his fault, I don't know why I feel guilty, but I just do. That's just a sign that he's using that to manipulate you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big one. Guilt is a big one. Just guilt in general is a big one. If you're noticing that you feel guilty a lot, that just means that you're just being manipulated in a huge way. So that's a big one right there. And also when you feel like you're not getting anything out of it, like if you're noticing that you're giving, but he's not giving you any in return, that's also another one. And the thing is that these signs are obvious. They're very, very obvious. But the problem is that when you have intense emotions, intense desire to be with the guy, like if you're noticing that when you really, really like someone, you're gonna be blinded. You're just gonna have a natural blind spot. So what you have to do consistently is to always, how can I say this? You should, rather, because the thing is that it's very difficult for you to believe your mind, especially when you're blinded. So a simple thing to look for whenever your vision is narrowed, whenever you feel like, whenever you don't know whether you're right or wrong, simply noticing how indecisive you are is a sign of being used. Like when you don't know when to trust your instincts, when a sign that something that a guy does, when you know that, well, he's wrong, but now you're blaming yourself for something that's not your fault, that's also a big sign of manipulation. Does that make sense? And that's the biggest one right there, where when you're with someone, but you don't know whether or not you're right or wrong. Where obvious behavior is not obvious anymore. And that's where, in those kinds of relationships, you don't want to stay in, because they sort of fuck up your instincts. You sort of begin to develop a natural paranoia, and that's another one. You just have a natural paranoia. Another one will be you have an intense fear of losing him, where he sort of sometimes threatens you of losing him, and you have this and you sort of like, you say things, but you don't want to say in a way to get him mad because he might break up with you, or you don't want to argue anymore because you don't want to have that kind of argument no more. You want to keep things at peace. That's also another sign that you're being used. Because what happens is that they act like the victim. They put themselves in a position of, you're the one that did wrong, and because you want to please them so badly, you're willing to put the weight of the responsibility on you, when in reality it's his fault. That's pretty much how it works. All right, ladies. So finally, I have released my second course for women, which is natural chemistry. This course is a 5-week course. 5-week course where every week you're gonna get a new set of videos based on specific issues. This course is all about how to create and maintain the attraction in any man. This will help you create love. This will help you deepen the love with your man. This is not about manipulation. This is not about playing games. This is genuine, natural chemistry. No more short-term partners, no more being fooled. Why? Because I will reveal to you not only how to create attraction in the first week, but also how to understand male nature, how to understand their tricks, how to prevent from being too attached, signs that he's the wrong guy, signs that he's a narcissist, signs that he's a mama's boy, signs that he's an emotionally available guy, emotionally unavailable guy. We go over everything. We go over this third week, setting boundaries. We go over the third week, controlling your emotions, right? Setting boundaries, fourth week. Fifth week, embracing your masculine and the feminine, right? And on top of that, I have over 10 different bonuses. 10 different bonuses, my Lord have mercy, right? With a money back guarantee. The bonus are: 1, the natural chemistry, over 10 hours of content, right? The breakup formula, how to deal with a breakup, right? The connecting with your man, right? Establishing a life of abundance, social mastery, understanding your dark side, the goal setting seminar, which is about how to set and achieve goals, practical mastery that will teach you how to master anything. The laws of human nature. I have a book club for the laws of human nature with over 4 hours of content, right? the transformational seminar in a pocket, which is my mindfulness seminar, and the Chase audiobook. This originally is $1,800, but you get it starting at $97, ladies and gentlemen, right? $97. We have different packages, but all of this starts at $97. And you know what? You can check it out for free if you want. Yeah, for all the freeloaders, I have free videos just for you. Free videos, all right? So you could just check it out for free, and then you could get out. Nothing wrong with that, all right? So, and on top of that, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. No questions asked. That's right. No questions asked. I don't mind. I just want you guys to check it out, because I know when you take one look, you're going to want to buy it. I can promise you. Just like my other course, the psychological game of attraction, it was a hit. You're going to love this one. This one is not about manipulation. This is genuine natural chemistry. Order it now, all right? I'll see you guys inside. Peace out.